Hey guys, I hope your digital learning day is going good today. Welcome to my kitchen. So by now you should have done the picture vocabulary words in your notebook. So I just want to review a couple of those terms. There are three main terms that we're going to be focusing on. Pressure, volume, and temperature. So these are the three factors that the gas laws sort of affect. And so there are three gas laws that we're going to be discussing. Boyle's law, you can add this to your notes by the way. So we've got Boyle's law, Charles' law, and Guy-Lussac's law. Each one of these has a constant, that means that it doesn't change, right? So for Boyle's law, your constant is going to be temperature. So if your temperature changes, the other two would be affected, or if your temperature is constant, the other two would be affected. For Charles' law, your pressure is constant. And for Guy-Lussac's law, your volume is constant. And I'll change it on here so you can see constant. Oh, sorry for the skinny marker. Okay, so let's take a quick break. I want to show you a little experiment we're doing here. So I've got a can of pretty hot water. It looks like it's steaming. It's almost boiling inside, and water boils at about 200 degrees Celsius, right? So I'm going to give it a second. So as this boils, you'll notice here that I've just got a sort of an ice bath. So what I'm going to do in a second is I'm actually going to take this water. There's about a third water in here. I'm going to take this water. I'm going to take a whole can and I'm going to invert it in the water. So think about what do you think will happen? Okay, so if you have a pencil or a popsicle stick or even a ruler, what I want you to do is to mark it. Take a Sharpie and mark it. PTV. So this is actually used to help figure out, based on the constant, how your other two factors are going to change. So for example, if I'm using Boyle's law with temperature, if my temperature doesn't change, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hand over the temperature to show the temperature doesn't change. If whatever my scenario is, if you have an increase in pressure, the pressure goes up, what happens to the volume? It decreases. This is an inverse relationship. Same thing if the pressure goes down, your volume increases, still an inverse relationship. So let's take Charles' law now. I'm going to focus on pressure. Pressure is my constant, so I'm going to cover pressure now. If I'm looking at my temperature, if my temperature is increasing, what's going to happen to my volume? Both of them now increase, which means this is a they're both directly related. If my temperature decreases, both of these will decrease. Again, a direct relationship. Now taking a look at Guy-Lussac's law for volume as my constant, I'm going to cover my volume. And now I'm going to determine if my temperature increases, my pressure also increases, again, directly related. And if my temperature decreases, my pressure also decreases, again, directly related. So this is really helpful if you're given some sort of scenario to determine what type of constant it is out of these three, to determine how the others are going to be affected. Okay, so now that it's bubbling and it's steaming, let's test this out. Based on what just happened, we had water boiling, ice cold bath, we inverted it, and then imploded. So your assignment is to figure out what was the constant, which law applied, and then provide your evidence. How do you think that happened?